Good evening and welcome to another Twilight Struggle play-by-play. Today I'm playing as USSR. I've got a pretty strong hand. It was a bid game for +1, and so as USSR, I don't actually mind the +1 point in for the US player. They get to really just sort of shore up Iran with just +1. It's not too hard to get them cooed out with that +1 up there. So just checking our hand, we've got a very strong one. I like the large amount of ops that we have. We've got defectors, so we can properly protect ourselves from any headline shenanigans. We do have a lot of strong cards to force the France, so we could be looking at a pretty early domination of Europe. The goal in my hand is actually quite great. That means the next turn I could probably headline the goal and go get into France. Just take it really early, just leaving one coup up for the US player. We get to really just sort of react here to what the US player is going to do, but I don't think they would have a very different start, except for something like 3-4. They could have a Marshall plan, which means that you could be seeing a more spread out opening. But I couldn't see. I haven't really seen too many interesting openings online recently. So yeah, welcome again to this video. I am trying to get some other games as well done using the War Game Room website. So I'm quite interested to play Labyrinth, and I'm also quite interested to play other games online as well, just to show you guys the different war games out there. So right now we do have a lot of good cards here. I really like the Cambridge 5 opening. That should be able to sort of see where they are and put like a strategic point in location. Like if it's Europe, that point goes straight into France, and I start the coup in Iran. Middle East location probably be Israel, just to sort of lock down that location. I could also see Iran as well, just to help out the coup there. In Asia, it's a bit of a weird place. Could see the point in South Korea. Don't really. India's okay as well. So this is just for the Cambridge 5 card. It allows you to place that one influence, depending on what scoring cards the US player has in their hand. Whew. Yeah, I'm a bit late with. Oh, here we go. So looks like it could be a Marshall Plan opening. They're quite spread out. This could mean that we could just use a coup here for Italy if there's no Marshall Plan, but I wouldn't suspect him to start off like that without a Marshall Plan. So let's start with Cambridge 5. Here we go. So the Marshall Plan is active, which is perfectly fine. And the Cambridge 5 means I get to see where our action is going to be. I've chosen the Cambridge 5 card to start off with because I really enjoy having a lot of ops in hand. It's good to, I think it's just good practice to have as many ops as you can. Like starting with the red purge is fine, but I don't think there's too much advantage to using it unless you have like a firmer grasp of what they could have in their hand. That's just one of my play styles. I mean, like there's, oh, here we go. So one in Turkey, Greece, Italy. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I've got Europe and Asia. So like I said, one in France. Oh, well, I'll put one in France. I think that's a pretty good place to go. Don't think Asia's fine. I've got Vietnam revolts to get in there. So starting this turn, I think I want to just nuclear test ban, attempt the coup, and lock them out of Iran. And I get that location. Now this is really good. If I can put enough points into Iran, the Suez crisis can clear them off Middle East. Even though Middle East isn't very important right now, we sort of really want to focus on Europe and Asia. So the US player has some pretty tough cards to deal with. The US player has one Europe and one Asia scoring card, so we get to really put the pressure on here. So I could probably see, so 5-year plan, coups Iran, and I'm going to use this because I really want to lock this down. There we go. So since the US player is not actively, now the US player has to sort of make a choice. Are we going to go Europe or are we going to go Asia? It'd be hard for me to break into Pakistan only because of the Pakistan card, the India-Pakistan war. But we sort of get the choice here, whether or not we want to go to France. Oh, lucky. I kicked them out of the Middle East. And Lebanon and Egypt. Sure. That's fine. What I want to do is, so we put I think I can get more points if I do this. That puts domination in Asia. They do get to drop the Europe card, which is fine. There's not many places the US player can go. It's Malaysia or France. I think going to France would have been a bad idea. No, it would have been a good idea actually, because that would mean that. Here we go. Israel. Yeah, that was a bit of bad luck, but he's playing well. I think he's playing well. There's not really too many problems here. I did leave myself open, but he doesn't actually have too many turns that he can. With this, by choosing Vietnam over France, it does open me up. But I do have two quite strong cards, which I can use just to waste the US's time and ops. I don't believe there's too many other 4 op cards he's got there, and I think that we can make real serious headways in Europe. It's a bit annoying that he did manage to get a point into Egypt, but because we have the coup advantage, we should be able to coup. So what we sort of want is presence in Middle East, and then so presence in Middle East and domination in Asia and Europe. We do have the cards for that. I don't really want to use a China card right now, but here we go. Asia scoring. There's a domination. I think I'm going to place influence with independent reds onto Paris. So onto France. Doesn't give us domination, but does give us the 1 point for Europe. Alright, so opponent still has the turn to decide. What the opponent probably wants now, it's going to be pretty hard. He may just want to score Europe now, then save the opt into building up Middle East, since I can't stop him from getting out, like breaking out into Libya and Egypt. So Europe gets scored, which means time to place influence using Suez Crisis. I'm going to take that and lock down Iran. Other locations to go would probably be Syria and Iraq. We do have Nasser as a card, so I'm not too afraid of Egypt being that point. I can actually put 3 points into Israel, but I really wanted to lock down Thailand. So if there's a 1 op going into Malaysia, I don't immediately have to do anything. Like I don't have to muck around with like the US using their final op to like put a point to Malaysia and threaten Thailand to trade for a coup into Egypt in the next turn. So we're sitting pretty here, and the only scoring locations in the East, and the US, like I believe at this point should be pushing all their points here. Yeah, Libya is definitely a place there. I think I'm going to, so trying to think what cards. Yeah, nothing really cleans out Israel. So there we go. So with Israel taken, that sort of prevents a breakout from Egypt. So if we do play Nasser as our headline, I could just coup Libya, and we could just have some socialist governments. What do we have here? 6 points in UK. I think what we want is to give them a choice. Can't really break out there. There we go. So I really just want to give them a choice. Use the socialist government as some sort, as a like a wasted turn, really. That we don't get any points at the end of the turn due to both of us having coup. I think the next turn it's like definitely a coup in Libya. Nasser can take Egypt, and it looks like we have pretty much the game clamped down. Still have used a China card. We've got defectors, so our opening card is going to be strong. So we've got Nasser here, which is great. That's definitely what I want to use. Now, we have a very weak hand here. Not a lot of ops. We do have NATO. The NATO is probably just going to get used for a coup in Libya. I think the best thing to do here would be to open with the Nasser into a coup. There's a high chance there's a Middle East scoring card in his hand. We've got control of Truman Doctrine, which is great. That essentially just cleans out Yugoslavia. Don't want to. They still have duck and cover. Don't really want to play Olympic Games. Special relationship's not active. NATO hasn't played. I might want to do special relationship then NATO. NORAD's in play, so I want to maybe do that last as well. So let's start off with Nasser. That will clean out Egypt, give us 2 points, and I get like a coup in Libya. They have containment. So NATO do not want to do that. I could do an op fight here. Yeah, like I just coup. Like, do I just coup Libya with like nothing? I think so. I think that's a play. And then special relationships. Like I don't want a NATO and the special relationships to happen. Yeah, let's just attempt a coup. I could do it with NORAD. That'd be pretty good. That's risky. Like I really just don't want NORAD to be played. Like I could just wait until next turn and then just use it. Yeah. Olympic Game's pretty useless. The coup. Oh, so lucky. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Oh, that's... Nah, it's better not to talk. Yeah, that was a bit high variance. Warsaw Pact, I'm going to add USSR influence. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So doing that allows you to protect against two cards such as Pope John Paul and Tear Down This Wall in the late game. So it's good to just put a lot of ops there. It's going to be hard since Marshall Plan is active. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got 3. No, it's going to be hard. It's like it only needs one more op to go into Canada. Alright, so what we need to do is make sure they can't break out into this Asian region here. So we've managed to coup them down. They should have quite a few good cards there. Orzapot is and Malaysia, and I will trigger the event first. See where he's gonna go. So maybe put a point into France. I'll put like 1 point to France, 1 point to Syria. So place influence there, and that gives domination of the Middle East. The dangerous part is how are we going to stop this like the containment means there's a lot of ops that the US player is going to have. They still have a few cards such as rockets or Nazi scientists is still active. European unrest is still active, so there's still quite a lot of ops there. There could be this could be threatening a breakthrough into Thailand. See, duck and cover is 4 ops for Iraq. Interesting. So if I Truman Doctrine now, I definitely just put a point into Iran. Yeah, put a point. Trigger the event first. So I lose Finland, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria. So like that's fine. I don't mind bleeding there. Looks like we've got like all the coups sorted for Middle East. The point here should go into Thailand. It's going to be close. It's like Thailand or Iran. Probably Iran would be the better one, I think. Yeah, Iran would be the better one. So Truman Doctrine cleans out Bulgaria, plays influence on Iran. So if they put the point into Iran, I use NATO to get Afghanistan and Pakistan. If they try to break through Thailand, we can close Laos and Cambodia up. So I think we've got a pretty strong stranglehold. I do remember we also get 2 points. So actually, if we wait for Indo-Pakistani war, if we wait with Indo-Pakistani war, we can actually just like, there's no gate. Like we would just shoot like Pakistan or India and just try to get 2 points of that. I don't think it's like a 50-50. So it's not too much worth it right now. I just want to get as many points on the board as possible. South Korea is still an option, so I really want to double down on Asia at this point. That's where pretty much all my ops need to go right now. Yeah, I did a pretty conservative line in Europe. I could have spread out the points a bit more, just so I could gain control, like start to work on domination. But I'm already winning in 2 regions. I just want to make sure like we stay winning in those regions. The U.S. player has opened themselves up to Muslim Revolution as well, so we could have that's like essentially 7 ops that could just disappear really quickly. The question is now is whether or not the U.S. player wants to use a U.S.-Japan Defense Pact as the event, which I really think you should it's quite important to have that card. You don't want to give the USSR player. Ooh, blockade. Probably going to remove some decolonization. So Malaysia and Indonesia. Preventing that. Alright, no problems. 4. Don't use that. Let's just use. Don't want to give them an opening. There we go. Let's lock Asia down. Can I just use NATO just to take South Korea? I just want to have my ops to sort of retaliate. I can use NORAD to take Spain, Portugal. It's a bit late now. Let's just make sure we have. So South Korea success. So lucky today. That's going to be quite tough for the US player then to break through. I think we'd play like NATO here, like 1 up Thailand. 1. Alright. There we go. South Korea is being fought for. This is gonna be an interesting fight. I still have quite a few ops, and in the Pakistani war I'm gonna hold on so we never sort of lose Asia. This is you sort of want to double, like maybe put an additional point into like Pakistan or Thailand, East European unrest, which is just gonna be used for ops. South Korea, that's fine. Do we just keep fighting for it? It's like a 3. It's like 1, 2. Like a 3 is like 1, 2, 3. It's good 8. And then he needs 4. Not worth it. There we go. 93 ops. It's a bit of, could have actually been a waste there. Probably just should have put those points into India, but I think we're pretty much fine. Middle East scoring may just be still on the deck. I did shuffle in the defectors. Oh, desalinization still hasn't been seen, so. And UN intervention still hasn't been used as well. Or has it been used already? Now here, UN intervention for 1 op into South Korea. Got Middle East scoring. Nothing can really stop that. Fidel's here. CIA created. I still get to use that. Main abdication still here. I think we want to start off with Middle East scoring. Right? And then do I just give him the coup? He's got desalinization. It's gonna be tough. Like I need to coup Panama anyways. Let's use Middle East score and keep tempo up. Yeah. 4 points. 4 more points. I do not mind this player seeing my hand. Do not mind at all. I will not lose Asia to that. I do give him the NORAD though. That's okay though. Like, he does get like the NORAD op. But I never actually thought that op was actually too harsh. So Asia's playable, and these regions are no decol and no D-style, but we're almost there. Essentially, is what we're looking at here. Like we are almost at the finish line. So, good, Libya. That's fine. So I want to keep the Indo-Pakistani war so we can shoot like India, try to get some points. In this case, it's like just trying to spread around the world. The last place probably going to be Fidel. I don't see why I can't. 1, 2. Could just shoot for Mosin resolution space. Just try to get 2 points. Comic Con. Here we go, South Korea. Yeah, try to get South Korea. So 2 ups. Like, even if you control that, it's like 1, 2, 3, so I'm still dominating. I don't need to put any points into India. No problems, Middle East has already scored, so I think what we want to do is like shoot this into space, try to get failure, alas. Like, we're pretty locked down. I could have got 2 points there. I think that's perfectly fine. Just to try to like win the game. Movements now would probably be Algeria is like the only other place we're looking for. Burma, failure for desalinization. That's okay. Place influence 1, 2, 3. Be like. Getting Algeria is pretty good. Getting CIA removed is pretty good as well. I'm very happy with that. Japan Defense Pact is not active, so I'm okay with that. 2, 3, 4. So points locations here is Africa, Central America. We're gonna get Fidel like as our last action. Probably want to keep. So I want to play Romanian abdication. And then play in the Pakistani war, and then Fidel next turn. Yeah, I think we want to give them as small of a window as possible. I don't mind Burma. Burma's fine. Nazi scientists would be quite annoying here. It pushes them back to 14, so just out of reach. But we just want to put the clamps down on the rest of this area. It's going to get a bit frustrating. Like, with no destabilization, it's like, how do I even get to that location? So we're just going to have to coup every target that we see. Socialist governmentes. Let's do this. Do you just abandon Europe at this point? Maybe, like, you need to use a 3 up somewhere else, right? Like, you'd let me take Italy. That's pretty fine. No, he just wastes a turn. I'll abdicate Romania. So we're getting closer to dominating here. Like, still pretty far away, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 4. But a few more ops mid game, and we might be able to get there. I just like using Europe as a slow bleed. like Indo-Pakistani War. No, I really should. Suez Crisis. The Indo-Pakistani War doesn't even like win it for me though. I need to do it because I need to get like. Doesn't even win it for me. No, it gets me really close, and it opens up a lot of cards to win, like U2 Crisis. It's called even like yeah. Actually, there's a lot of good cards there. One in South Africa. There we go. Play event. Fight. Success. Fighting. Maybe I should have just kept CIA in hand. I just didn't want to risk like 5-year plan as well, lose to round stuff like that. Probably could have played that better. I'm just sort of playing on the fly here today, so I didn't really think that out. Didn't think that one out. Maybe the Suez Crisis. To take Algeria doesn't matter because I just coup Algeria. I can coup Panama. Alright, yeah, it's a bit 50-50. So, yeah, I'm in like a better position just to cause a win. Like, I can always just, like, fly this. I can always just try to space next turn as well. Yeah, like, there's a lot of cards which open me up for the win next turn. If I just play Defense Pact for what did he use it for? Panama, South Africa, and Iran. There we go. Alright. So we have to be mindful that Defectors is still a card. That's always pretty annoying. And we just sort of need one more point to get us over the line. Sort of any actions that we want to do, we'll probably try to do it like use a dummy headline just because of Defectors is still a very, very potent possibility. But like I said, like Southeast Asia scoring, Central America scoring is a win. Asia scoring is a win. There's just a lot of like single cards out there which can like get it for us. So, alright. But we've been very lucky this game. Like I think we've won like every single war card that was played, and that just like really helps. It's like 6 additional points. So this game, like, mind you, we still don't have decall, or we don't have D-style. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't do much. Africa scoring. Quagmire is real. Yeah, most of these cards are fine. So I'll start off with Quagmire. I don't really like any of these cards. But if I land the Quagmire, I get like a free space. And I think we space like... Oh no, we just sold an egg. Discard pile. No, yeah, I think we just win. So I think we just pick up like captured Nazi scientists because of the Quagmire. Yeah, so yeah, so that's how. Yeah, it looks like you just pick up captured Nazi scientists, and then we move up. So we will salt negotiate, play event, and we're going to take capture Nazi scientists. Have to discard a card. And that should get us a game. Hopefully it does it. It's a pretty precipitous situation. I'm trying to read the US player did get he got out of it. Good work. And play for event. Yeah, the US player did end up getting this was allowed to spread out right at the end, but just being very lucky with the dice rolls and being able to be just ahead of them with the tempo allowed us to score a lot of points. I think we scored domination 3 times in the early war. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got a lot out of that game. Thank you. Bye.